Chosen one, if you are hearing this message, it is not by accident. This is a divine appointment, meant to awaken the calling deep within your soul. Have you ever felt like you are different, like there is something greater waiting for you, but you just can't seem to find the right direction? That feeling, that longing, is your divine calling trying to break through the noise of your life. It's a message from God, whispering to you that you are meant for more. You were not created to blend into the crowd or live a life of mediocrity. God has chosen you for a higher purpose, a mission that only you can fulfill. But many people miss this calling because they are too consumed with everyday distractions. They are caught in a cycle of working, surviving, and chasing temporary pleasures, all while the deeper purpose of their life goes unnoticed. This is your wake-up call to step into the life you were always meant to live. There's a reason you feel restless, as though something is missing, even when everything seems fine on the surface. That restlessness is God's way of nudging you, a divine sign that you were made for greatness. You have gifts, talents, and a unique light that the world needs. But unless you answer the call, those gifts may never come to life. Ignoring your divine calling won't bring you peace. It will only leave you feeling more disconnected and unfulfilled. God's call isn't loud or forceful. It's a quiet whisper, a gentle urging in your heart, inviting you to rise above the distractions and noise of the world. Yet many of us hesitate to answer because it feels unfamiliar or even scary. What if I'm not good enough? What if I fail? These doubts keep you stuck. But here's the truth. God doesn't call the qualified. He qualifies the called. If you're feeling this pull in your spirit, you are already equipped to fulfill your purpose. The first step to embracing your calling is to silence the noise around you. Turn off the distractions, spend time in prayer or reflection, and ask yourself, what has God been trying to tell me? What gifts and passions has He placed in my heart? These questions will lead you closer to the truth of your purpose. The divine calling isn't something outside of you. It's already within you, waiting for you to recognize it. Answering your calling doesn't mean your life will instantly change overnight. It's a journey, one step at a time. But every step brings you closer to the fulfillment and peace you've been searching for. God is patient, but He's also waiting for you to take action. The moment you decide to embrace your divine purpose, the universe begins to align in your favor. Doors will open, and opportunities you never imagined will come into your life. But here's the key: you must act. You must take that first step, even if it feels small or uncertain. The calling you feel is proof that God has a plan for your life, but only you can decide to step into it. Don't let fear, doubt, or distractions hold you back any longer. You were made for more, and now is the time to embrace it. There's a subtle yet powerful way that God communicates with you. It's through a quiet whisper in your soul. Have you ever had a moment when you felt a deep inner knowing, a sense of direction, or even a warning that you couldn't explain? That was God speaking to you, guiding you toward your purpose. But too often, we dismiss these whispers, thinking they are just random thoughts or feelings. God doesn't always speak through dramatic signs or loud voices. He often uses subtle moments, gentle nudges, or even the people around us to deliver His message. These whispers can come during a quiet moment in prayer, in the stillness of nature, or even through a line in a book or a song that that resonates deeply with you. But to hear them, you must be willing to listen. In today's world, we are surrounded by constant noise, social media, news, entertainment, and endless to-do lists. This noise drowns out the gentle voice of God. You may find yourself wondering why you don't feel connected to Him, or why your prayers seem unanswered. But the truth is, His whispers are always there. We've just become too distracted to hear them. God's whispers often come as feelings of peace or clarity when you're on the right path, and discomfort or unease when you're not. Have you ever felt a deep sense of calm after making a decision, even if it didn't seem logical at the time? That was God affirming your choice. Or perhaps you felt uneasy about a situation or person, and later realized it was God warning you to stay away. These are not coincidences. They are divine guidance. The challenge is recognizing and trusting these whispers. It takes faith to follow a direction that doesn't always make sense or feels uncomfortable. But remember, God sees the bigger picture. He knows the path you need to take, even when you don't. Trusting His whispers means surrendering your need for control and believing that He will lead you to where you are meant to be. Start paying attention to the patterns in your life. Are there recurring themes, opportunities, or messages that seem to show up repeatedly? These are often God's way of getting your attention. He doesn't give up on you, even when you ignore His guidance. But the longer you wait to listen, the harder it becomes to hear His voice. Make space for God's whispers in your life. Spend time in stillness, away from the distractions of the world. Pray, meditate, or simply sit in silence and ask God to reveal His will to you. You might be surprised at how quickly clarity comes when you create the space to receive it. Listening to God's whispers is not just about hearing, it's about acting on them. When you feel that nudge to reach out to someone, take a leap of faith or let go of something holding you back. Don't hesitate. Those whispers are leading you toward your purpose, and every time you act on them, you strengthen your connection to God. Alignment is the key to unlocking the life God has planned for you. But what does it mean to be aligned with God's purpose? Simply put, it's living in harmony with His will for your life. When your actions, thoughts, and energy are aligned with His plan, you experience peace, clarity, and a sense of fulfillment that cannot be found anywhere else. Think of alignment as a river flowing toward a destination. When you're in alignment, you're moving effortlessly with the current, carried by God's grace. But when you're out of alignment, it's like trying to swim upstream. Everything feels harder, and you struggle to make progress. This misalignment can manifest as stress, confusion, or even a feeling of being stuck. Many people live out of alignment because they prioritize the wrong things. They chase success, material possessions, or approval from others, thinking these will bring them happiness. But true fulfillment can only come from living a life that aligns with your divine purpose. When you focus on what truly matters, your spiritual growth, your relationships, and your unique mission, you begin to experience the flow of alignment. One of the most powerful ways to align with God's purpose is through intentional living. This means making conscious choices that reflect your values and the calling God has placed on your heart. It's about saying no to distractions and yes to the things that bring you closer to your higher self. Start by examining your daily habits. Are they supporting your spiritual growth, or are they pulling you further away from it? Small changes, like starting your day with prayer, practicing gratitude, or spending time in nature can have a profound impact on your alignment. These practices help you stay connected to God and remind you of what truly matters. Another key to alignment is trust. Trust that God's timing is perfect, even when it feels like nothing is happening. Trust that the challenges you face are preparing you for something greater. When you let go of the need to control every aspect of your life, you open yourself up to the flow of God's plan. Alignment doesn't mean your life will be free of difficulties. In fact, stepping into your purpose often brings new challenges. But when you are aligned, you face these challenges with a sense of peace and confidence, knowing that God is guiding you every step of the way. The power of alignment is transformative. It allows you to live with intention, focus, and a deep connection to your higher purpose. When you are aligned, you no longer feel the need to chase after fleeting pleasures or external validation. Instead, you find fulfillment in the knowledge that you are living the life God created for you. Take a moment to reflect on your life. Are you in alignment with God's purpose, or are you swimming against the current? If you're ready to align with His will, start by making one small change today. Choose to trust, to listen, and to act in harmony with your divine calling. The rewards will be greater than you can imagine. Your energy is one of the most precious resources you have. It is not just physical vitality, it is spiritual power, emotional strength, and mental focus combined. God has given you this energy as a divine gift, but how you choose to use it will determine the trajectory of your life. Too many people scatter their energy on things that don't serve their higher purpose, distractions, fleeting pleasures, or endless worry. But chosen one, you are called to redirect this sacred energy toward your divine mission. Redirecting your energy is not about denying yourself joy or pleasure. It's about mastering your focus. Think of your energy as a stream of water. When it flows freely and aimlessly, it loses its power. But when it is channeled and directed, it becomes strong enough to move mountains. This is the power of focused energy. Start by evaluating where your energy is going. Are you spending hours on things that drain you emotionally, spiritually, or mentally? Are you investing in relationships, habits, or activities that don't align with your higher calling? Recognizing these energy leaks is the first step to redirecting your focus. Once you identify where your energy is being wasted, shift it toward practices that nurture your spirit and align with God's plan. Dedicate time each day to prayer, meditation, or journaling to connect with your inner self and with God. These practices ground you and provide clarity on where to channel your efforts. Redirecting your energy also means being intentional with your goals. Set spiritual goals alongside your personal and professional ones. For example, commit to studying scripture, volunteering, or developing a creative skill that allows you to express your divine gifts. These goals help you stay aligned with your purpose while strengthening your connection to God. But perhaps the most powerful way to redirect your energy is through service. When you use your gifts to uplift others, you align yourself with God's plan in a profound way. Acts of kindness, generosity, and compassion multiply your energy and create a ripple effect that touches countless lives. Remember, this sacred practice is a lifelong journey. It requires discipline and constant awareness of where your energy is flowing. But the rewards are immense. When you redirect your energy toward your divine purpose, you unlock a level of clarity, peace and fulfillment that cannot be found anywhere else. God has given you this power for a reason. Use it wisely. Fear and doubt are some of the greatest barriers to stepping into your purpose. They whisper lies into your mind, convincing you that you're not ready, not worthy, or not capable of fulfilling the mission God has for you. But chosen one, hear this truth. Fear is not of God. It is a tool of resistance designed to keep you from the destiny that is waiting for you. The first step to overcoming fear is understanding its nature. Fear often disguises itself as protection. It tells you that by avoiding risks, you are staying safe. But what it is really doing is keeping you small. Every time you let fear dictate your choices, you shrink your potential and move further away from your divine calling. God did not create you to live in fear. He has given you a spirit of power, love, and a sound mind. This means that within you lies the strength to face any obstacle, the love to overcome any hardship, and the clarity to see the truth beyond fear's illusions. When fear arises, don't ignore it or push it away. Instead, confront it with faith. Ask yourself, what am I truly afraid of? Often, fear is rooted in the unknown or in past experiences that have left you feeling vulnerable. But remember, God's plan for you is greater than any fear you face. His guidance is perfect, and He will not lead you astray. Doubt is another form of resistance, one that often comes from within. It creeps into your thoughts, making you question whether you are truly capable of fulfilling your purpose. But doubt is a distortion of truth. You are not limited by your own abilities because you have the infinite power of God working through you. One powerful way to overcome fear and doubt is through scripture and affirmations. Speak God's promises over your life every day. Remind yourself of His faithfulness and the truth of who you are in Him. Verses like, "I can do all things through Christ who strengthens me," serve as reminders that you are never walking this journey alone. Another key is to take action, even in the face of fear. Often, the things we are most afraid of are the very things that will lead to our greatest growth. Take one step, no matter how small, and watch as fear begins to lose its grip. Every act of faith weakens fear and strengthens your confidence in God's plan. Overcoming fear and doubt is not about eliminating them completely. It's about learning to move forward despite them. When you place your trust in God, you realize that fear and doubt have no power over you. You were created to rise above, to walk boldly into your purpose, and to live a life of courage and faith. Sacred energy is one of the most misunderstood yet powerful forces within us. It is the divine life force that flows through every aspect of your being: physical, emotional, mental, and spiritual. This energy is not just for your own benefit. It is a gift from God, meant to fuel your creativity, passion, and purpose. But when misused, it can leave you drained, disconnected, and unfulfilled. For many, sacred energy is often squandered on fleeting pleasures or meaningless distractions. This is especially true in how society views physical energy, particularly sexual energy. Our world has turned this divine gift into something purely physical, forgetting its deeper spiritual significance. But chosen one, your sacred energy is far more powerful than you've been taught. In spiritual traditions, sexual energy is often seen as a bridge between the physical and the divine. It holds the power of creation, not just in the literal sense, but in every aspect of life. When channeled correctly, this energy can inspire profound creativity, drive your passions, and deepen your connection with God. However, when this sacred energy is misused, whether through indulgence in temptations, unhealthy relationships, or distractions, it becomes scattered. Instead of fueling your purpose, it leaves you feeling empty and disconnected from your higher self. Honoring your sacred energy begins with awareness. Recognize its power and treat it with respect. This doesn't mean suppressing your desires, but learning to channel them toward higher pursuits. Celibacy, for instance, is not about restriction, but about redirection. It creates space for spiritual clarity, allowing you to focus your energy on your divine calling. Practices like meditation, prayer, and creative expression are powerful tools for harnessing your sacred energy. When you engage in these activities, you elevate your energy from the physical realm to the spiritual, aligning it with your higher purpose. This redirection not only strengthens your connection with God, but also opens the door to greater inspiration and fulfillment. God has given you this sacred energy as a gift, a powerful force that can transform your life when used wisely. Don't let it be wasted on things that do not serve your soul. Embrace it, honor it, and channel it into the pursuits that bring you closer to your divine purpose. Chosen one, your sacred energy is a reflection of the divine power within you. It is the key to unlocking your creativity, passion, and spiritual potential. When you learn to harness and redirect this energy, you align yourself with God's plan in ways that will elevate every aspect of your life. Use it wisely and watch as it propels you toward your greatest purpose. Too often, the past becomes a prison that holds us back from stepping into our divine purpose. The mistakes, regrets, and traumas of yesterday weigh heavily on our hearts, whispering lies that we are unworthy of God's blessings. But chosen one, hear this. Your past does not define you. It is a chapter in your story, not the entire book. Every failure, every hardship, every wrong turn has been part of your preparation. God has already used those experiences to shape you into who you are today. But to move forward, you must release the chains of guilt, shame, and self-doubt. These emotions serve no purpose except to keep you stuck in a cycle of pain. God has already forgiven you. Now it's time for you to forgive yourself. Breaking free from the past begins with understanding that nothing in your life happens by accident. Every event, no matter how difficult, is part of God's divine plan to prepare you for your mission. When you view your past through this lens, it becomes a source of wisdom and strength rather than a burden. The next step is surrender. Surrender your pain, your regrets, and your limitations to God. Say, Lord, I release this to you. Take what is broken and make it whole. This act of surrender opens the door for healing and allows you to step into the freedom God has already promised you. Remember, the enemy loves to remind you of your past to keep you from your future. But God's truth is greater than any lie the enemy can tell you. He sees you not as the sum of your mistakes, but as the masterpiece He created you to be. When you let go of the past, you make room for the blessings and opportunities that God has been waiting to pour into your life. You are not your failures. You are not your pain. You are a child of God, chosen for a higher purpose. The moment you decide to release the chains of the past, you reclaim your power and step boldly into your destiny. Discipline is not a punishment. It is a sacred tool for growth, clarity, and alignment with God's purpose. For the chosen ones, discipline is the key that unlocks the door to divine power. Without it, your energy is scattered, your focus is diluted, and your progress is stalled. But with discipline, you can create a life that reflects the greatness God has placed within you. Divine discipline is about prioritizing what truly matters. It's about choosing prayer over procrastination, meditation over mindless distractions, and purpose over fleeting pleasures. Discipline requires you to make sacrifices, but those sacrifices are investments in your spiritual growth. One of the most profound ways to cultivate discipline is through daily routines that honor God. Start your day with intentionality, whether it's through prayer, reading scripture, or simply sitting in silence and inviting God into your day. These practices ground you and set the tone for everything that follows. Discipline also involves saying no to the things that pull you away from your purpose. This might mean cutting ties with toxic relationships, avoiding environments that tempt you, or limiting time spent on activities that drain your energy. Every decision you make is either bringing you closer to or further from your divine mission. Choose wisely. The beauty of discipline is that it creates freedom. When you are disciplined, you are no longer controlled by your impulses or external circumstances. You gain clarity, focus, and the ability to make choices that align with your higher self. God honors your commitment to discipline by opening doors and providing opportunities that reflect your alignment with His will. Embrace discipline not as a restriction, but as a pathway to your true potential. The effort you put in today will reap rewards beyond what you can imagine. With divine discipline, you can achieve anything God has placed in your heart. You were not created by accident. Everything about you, your talents, your passions, even your struggles, has been perfectly designed by God to fulfill a unique mission. Living your divine mission means stepping into the role you were created for and using your gifts to serve a greater purpose. But many people struggle to identify their mission. They feel lost, unsure of where to begin. If this resonates with you, start by asking yourself, what lights a fire in my soul? What do I feel called to do, even if it scares me? These are often clues to your divine mission. Once you have clarity, take action. Start small if you need to, but start. Maybe your mission involves helping others, sharing your story, or creating something that inspires and uplifts. Whatever it is, trust that God will guide you as you step forward in faith. Living your mission isn't always easy. There will be challenges, setbacks, and moments of doubt. But these are opportunities to deepen your faith and grow stronger in your purpose. Remember, God doesn't promise an easy path. He promises a meaningful one. Your mission is not just about you, it's about the impact you are meant to have on the world. When you live in alignment with your divine purpose, you inspire others to do the same. Your light becomes a beacon, guiding others toward their own spiritual awakening. Every day is an opportunity to live your mission. Choose to walk boldly in your purpose, knowing that God is with you every step of the way. The world needs what you have to offer, and only you can fulfill the role you were created for. Manifesting God's vision for your life is the ultimate act of faith and surrender. It requires you to trust in His timing, believe in His promises, and align your actions with His will. This is not about trying to control or manipulate outcomes. It's about co-creating with God to bring His plan to life. Manifestation begins with clarity. You must know what God's vision for your life looks like. Spend time in prayer, asking Him to reveal His plans to you. Write down the dreams and desires He places in your heart, knowing that they are aligned with your purpose. Next comes faith. Faith is the bridge between where you are and where God wants you to be. It's believing in His promises even when the evidence isn't visible. It's trusting that every delay, every challenge, and every closed door is part of His perfect plan. But faith without action is incomplete. To manifest God's vision, you must take inspired action. This means following the guidance He gives you, even when it feels uncertain or uncomfortable. It means stepping out in faith and trusting that He will provide everything you need along the way. Patience is another critical element of manifestation. God's timing is not our timing, but it is always perfect. Trust that what you are praying for will come to pass at the right moment, in the right way. In the meantime, focus on growing, learning, and preparing for the blessings to come. Manifesting God's vision is not just about receiving, it's about becoming. It's about transforming into the person He created you to be. As you align your thoughts, actions, and energy with His will, you will begin to see His vision unfold in ways that exceed your expectations. Chosen one, you were created for greatness. Every challenge you've faced, every lesson you've learned, has prepared you for this moment. God's message to you is clear. It's time to stop holding back, stop doubting yourself, and step fully into the life you were meant to live. The journey won't always be easy, but it will be worth it. Trust in God's plan, redirect your energy, and embrace the discipline and clarity that come with living your divine mission. The world needs your light now more than ever, and only you can bring it. Take the first step today. Commit to your purpose, trust in God's guidance, and watch as your life transforms in ways you never imagined. You are not here by accident. You are here for a reason. The time to answer the call is now.